Hey guys, this is Blake from Blake's Sanctum, retro site for retro games. Welcome to my Let's Play Legends of Pegasus series. If this is the first video you're watching in the series, then I'll point out that some of these missions took me 5 to 10 hours to complete, so I fast forwarded through all the boring micromanaging and grinding bits. If you really want to see what I was doing in those bits, just use the YouTube speed controls to slow down the video when you need to. Let's play. Okay, here we go guys, the final mission of the Zor campaign, and sadly my predictions were correct. This is huge, even bigger than the human level, and it is an utter nightmare, which I'll go into the reasons why in a moment.
While we wait for the answer from the Arthrox, Drex is inexorably approaching our systems. Soon we'll see if our preparations are adequate.
Arthrox to Jonathan Daniels.
Finally! I'm pleased to hear from you. I hope that you haven't come to expel us from your star system.
We welcomed you to our territory in our last contact, and you have already been granted permission to stay. We will tolerate the Zor who belong to you, as long as the necessity for cooperation exists.
Excellent. The Delta Zor and us will not disappoint you as allies. Together with your people, we will defeat the Confederation.
We are sorry if you have misunderstood us. I speak only for my tribe. The entire Arthrox race are not part of this agreement.
What's that supposed to mean?
Our people live differently from yours. Every Arthrox tribe is independent and bound to their queen. My tribe only speaks for itself. Consider this if you encounter the fleet of another tribe.
Alrighty. So let's have a look at things, and while I tell you what happens, basically it starts off pretty easily, but then later on you've got huge battles with battleship versus battleship fleets, and it just causes endless crashes. Sometimes you've got multiple battles in one turn, so you get through one battle, and then you get to the next battle, and then that causes a crash, and you've got to do it all over again. And I was reloading some battles like 4 or 5 times and just pulling my hair out. It was hell. And then once everything is done, you end up with this horrible black screen crash instead of the victory screen, which basically stops you from progressing through the game. But thankfully I have a way around it, and I'll show you guys how to do it. So as you can see, there's heaps of systems here. It's pretty crazy. Like, we've got access to a lot of them seem to have Arthrox in them, and I think Theta 7's where we came from in the last mission. And yeah, it's we're going to send out a couple of corvettes to start exploring these systems. We'll keep the battleships back home for now, because I'm going to build a few more early battleships just so we're strong enough to do some of the missions. Because the missions will unlock future... oh yeah, we better drop all this down. We'll unlock more systems for colonization, and we're going to need as many systems as possible to build a ginormous battleship fleet. Because if we don't, the battle, you'll struggle in the battles, and they'll take too long, which increases the chances of crashing. So we need enormous firepower. Even if that does sort of increase, yeah, we're going to go for terraforming. Even if that does increase the chances of crashing, probably, at least a quicker battle, you know, I figure it's still the greater benefit. Right. Nice looking Mars-like homeworld, isn't it? Oh, look at those mountains. That's so Mars-like. That's really cool. Now, as you can see, they've given us some expensive buildings as usual, so we don't need the repair dock. We'll build a repair ship. We're going to need one because some of the battles that happen are insane. We don't need all these, the usual, you know, get rid of all the industrial bonuses, because their bonuses are just not worth the space they take. You're better off just building an additional factory. And you know, they're expensive to run those buildings. So this is a secondary colony we have, which looks not too bad. We'll probably turn this into a big money-making planet. And isn't that weird? Look at it. It's done that bug again, even though I didn't destroy a building. But that's okay. I found a way around it, and I'll show you guys how to do it in a sec. I was so happy when I discovered this. This is going to be another big money-making planet. And there's an empty planet, which we'll colonize. So if you go out and into the Empire menu, and then click on the planet, but go back into it via the Empire menu, look at that. Everything's grayed out, and you can build again. So you don't have to end the turn to unblock the buildings, which is, you know, really important for strategy. It was so annoying in the last few missions how I'd lose a turn because of that bug. So we found a way around it now.
Chepek to Daniels, you are our only remaining hope. The Confederation has oppressed us greatly. The last colony in the Confederation's territory is rebelling and sees no other option than to evacuate the planet. But as we begin the evacuation, the Confederation attacked us, and now ships are powerless and are drifting through the system. Can you help us?
I will do my utmost to help your ships, Chepek. Transmit the coordinates of the planets.
I'm relaying the data. Thank you.
Help Sepik and Theta 7. Now, as usual, don't worry about rushing towards that.
Protocol change imminent.
We'll get there eventually with a better fleet. But
Overriding
as long as you don't activate a battle there, they'll sit there forever waiting, as always. But we'll happily sneak in and steal all the planets around them, though. Yo, oh! Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? There's a station there I forgot to get rid of. A bloody expensive, useless trade station. Idiot. That's just wasted away some of my money. Ugh. I didn't even see it. I completely forgot about it. Well, fixed now. So we'll need a little bit of better industry to build up all the population buildings on that one. Alright, so industry's looking bloody awesome now, so we're ready to start building colony ships. And we're going to build a lot. Like, you need to rapidly expand in all directions and take as many planets as you can, even if they're there's other, in the Arthrox systems, any free planets around their colonies, go and take them. Just don't take the Arthrox ones. Should do the job. Little tight, compact colony ship. Yeah, that should do it. We're going to build so many of these, and that's also why I'm going to, in a moment, design. After a repair ship, I'm going to design a battleship as well, and another interim battleship, similar to what I did in some of the previous missions. I think the final human mission, because we need to progress the game a bit, because if you do some of these little missions of rescuing people and stuff, it unlocks new systems filled with planets that we need to colonize now instead of later. So look at this. So the upgraded structural repair module, we can use that to repair star bases. There we go, that should do it. So that'll allow us to repair stations and ships, and it has a little gun on it as well to help with long range support if needed, but yeah, that should do it, I think. Repair ship. It's been a while since I built one of these, as I haven't really needed it, but we will need one in this one. There can be some really bad situations. Now, look at that. The military B module was useless practically in the last mission, but now that it's been upgraded, it doesn't have that missing slot, so you can fit some big weapons on there now. And we can of course attach, the fact that we're able to use these two big military modules means that I'm just going to go civil for everything else. So we're going to go with civil frigate modules with civil corvette modules attached to them. Thanks to the upgrades, we can attach quite a few, so this is going to be a pretty sweet ship. In fact, really, the battleship in the last mission, I shouldn't have called it Battleship 2, it was more like Battleship 1.5. Because this is going to be the Battleship 2, way more powerful. But of course, still nothing compared to when we get to the final Mark III battleship. That's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to showing you guys. Oh, good weapons. That's going to be a pretty sweet ship. It's got nice upgraded shields, lots of power, lots of big weapons on it, and a decent amount of engines too. Like, this will actually be faster than some of my previous battleships that have been hulking slow things that take forever to get anywhere. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty sweet ship. So we can't really afford to build tons of these right now. We're broke. We can't even build one right now, but we will build a couple. And then that plus our starting battleship should be enough to do some of the early missions. And because if you put these battleships in front of the starting ships, then they can take all the hits. That's my plan, anyway.
Experimental design is complete.
Let's see what the Corvette's found. So, I can see Zor ships and lots of juicy free planets for us to steal. So we're not going to worry about rescuing these guys for a bit, we're just going to sneak in and take the planets as soon as possible. We'll get the Corvette out of there, get him to explore some other areas.
Preparing protocol change. Overriding move protocol. Entering orbit of
First colony.
0, 2, 1. Zor construction complete.
Not a particularly exciting planet, but of course in this mission we have terraforming, so we'll be able to fix that. Turn into an ugly desert planet.
We have received a message from Aethris. She asks for help for the protection of our outer systems. The Confederation is advancing on us anew and causing great damage to our colonies.
Tell your queen that we will set out immediately, and that she can, of course, count on our support.
In the name of Aethris, I declare my thanks.
Don't you find it odd that the Confederation is attacking the Arthrox again, but hardly ever us?
I do. But so far I haven't been able to make heads or tails of it. After all, we should be Drex's biggest concern.
Do you remember the message from Andre? If Drex knew that we were planning an alliance with them...
Then it's no wonder where they've been striking lately. I hope you're mistaken. The traitor is the last thing we need in our ranks now.
I wonder who that is. So once again, we don't need to charge into Arto 11 until we're ready. We can just ignore it and steal colonies around all the action. Alright, so I've moved the colony ships into better angles so they don't accidentally trip over the
Waiting command.
Zor or Drex or whatever. And we just need to get as far away as possible.
Overriding current goal.
We should be able to take that colony
Protocol change
right in front of them.
Command confirmed.
Beautiful. You're already there. Excellent.
Zor components have been installed on a planet's surface. Zor components have been installed on a planet's
So
surface.
Arthrox have a couple of colonies here. Oh, so there's a third planet. Let's see the ring. Where's the planet? Oh. No? Yeah! Oh god, I keep missing it. It's so small. We'll take that one.
Research protocol successful. Research protocol successful. Construction of a Zor installation complete. Establishing data links.
Right, time to get rid of some of the junk. So free up some slots, and they're just too useless.
Opening port.
Replace these two frigates with battleship 2s, baby. I'll leave the
Opening data
destroyers.
stream.
they're ready to kill each other when we get there, but we'll just happily sneak around that. Oh, look at these, some interesting stations. Yeah, we know that one. We got some frigates. Oh, what's that? Orbital Trade Center. That's got lots of balls. A telescope. And an orbital shield generator. Now, none of the other races have that building. And none of those stations appear to have shields, other than some of the battle ones. That's weird. Ooh, they got a battleship. This is the first Arthrox battleship we've seen. Look at that thing. Wow. That's pretty crazy. We just need to see that in action. But yeah, so it looks like the Arthrox have 2 colonies. There's a gas giant, and there's basically 1 colony we can take. So
Encryption solved. Awaiting command. Opening port.
take that planet.
Command accepted.
It's nearly all the systems done. Alright, time to get this final system of the starting systems done.
Opening port.
And then I'm
Preparing
going to save
protocol
a ship that has a free research module after I've used the colony.
Protocol change imminent. Position. Protocol change imminent.
You can just sit there until I
Switching
need you.
primary
There's a
goal.
mission that's going to need you later on. Beautiful. Battleship 2, baby.
Protocol change imminent.
Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, we're ready to start
Protocol
doing
switch.
missions and freeing up systems for colonization.
Construction of a Zor installation complete. Establishing
Alrighty.
data links. Encryption
I'm
solved.
just going to, not worry about
Awaiting
waypoints,
command.
I'm just going to go in and kill the Zor
Protocol
first.
change imminent. Executing position change.
I got a battleship.
Opening port.
Alright, so I'll get defensive positions and I'll make sure the 2 battleship 2s are at front to
Calculating
take
optimal
any
solution
damage.
for new goal.
We should be fine. I mean, technically, you can do this with the starting ships, but it's just, it's a lot harder. I prefer to be comfortable when I do my battles. Oh, that's handy. They've taken front positions without me having to manually move everyone around. For once, they did what I want them to do. It's a rarity. Ooh, I like those
Eradication
torpedoes.
of target confirmed. Eradication of target
Kicking
confirmed.
ass. Battleship 2's taking the hits just fine. God, another battleship filled with shields and armor from the looks of things. It's gonna take them all.
Eradication of target confirmed.
Yay. Alright, so let's go pick up all these
Registering channel. Standing
Lel
ready.
ships in distress. I don't need all these extra happiness buildings now. Everyone's really happy, so let's put put some science in there so we can start raking in all the techs, and then a bit of terraforming.
Construction of a Zor installation is complete. Establishing data links.
Alright, so it's under our control. Can't see any weapons on it. They really were helpless, weren't they?
Protocol change imminent.
So, this one.
Overriding move protocol.
That's not in the
Overriding
ring, you
move
stupid
protocol.
game. There we go.
Zor construction completed.
I think there was one nearby an asteroid. And there we go. And that should be it.
Overriding move protocol.
Bring the guild ships to Lombarda 1, which is on the other side of our empire. So I'll use the lovely Galaxy Navigator to do it. So much quicker. There we go.
We are deeply indebted to you, Daniels.
Right, so they're happy now. We've dropped off the ships and we can now go save the Arthrox. And then that should progress the game and unlock some systems.
Registering channel.
Alright.
Standing ready. Preparing protocol change.
Sure, I do a better job of the positioning this time, unlike in the last mission. So maybe if I come around first and then I can...
Move protocol engaged.
There we go, that puts me in between them.
Registering channel. Standing ready.
With all this
Command accepted.
firepower in play, I'm a little bit worried about friendly fire. It's really annoying how allied ships can damage each other. I mean, it doesn't look like the Zor even have much. Should start calling them the Drex Zor instead of Zors. It's probably confusing you
Protocol
guys.
change imminent.
Drexor. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's much of them, but I'm more worried about
Executing protocol.
me and the Arthrox will start blasting each other while trying to kill these guys.
Protocol switch.
Take the hits. Beautiful. Oh god, here we go. See? My destroyer just got hit then by an Arthrox torpedo volley. Now it's getting hit by beams. Oh, great. All those bloody frigates zoom right past our defensive line. The Arthrox deal with them while we take down the bigger ships. Oh dear.
Destruction of targets confirmed.
Right, so I'm damaging their heavy frigate.
Protocol change.
My battleship's getting trashed because it's right next to the enemy, so it's taking all the Arthrox hits as well as the Drexor hits. Get out of there, come on. There we go. Whew. So we haven't accidentally killed anyone yet. They haven't managed to kill anyone yet.
Damage identified. Engaging safety protocol.
Jeez.
Eradication program complete.
These wide moving shots are throwing a lot of friendly damage around. Why isn't the battle over? Don't tell me someone's got through. Oh yeah, here we go, look at this. Bloody hell. And there's no guns down there. So he's just having a free-for-all with the Arthrox bases. Ah. Couldn't put one weapons platform down there, Mr. Level Designer? Oh, come on, hurry up and kill him.
Executing
Yeah,
protocol.
they'll get there before me. There we go. Right. Whew.
Tribe of Aethris, we have succeeded in protecting your planets and securing the systems.
Our tribe is thankful. We hope your losses were not too numerous.
No higher than expected. Now I have a request for you.
Speak, Jonathan Daniels.
While protecting the border systems, we noticed a planet that had ancient ruins. It doesn't appear to be settled by you. We ourselves don't know much about these people, but we have been able to draw some uses from the relics in our fight against the Confederation.
We know the planet you are describing. We are not interested in disturbing the calm of the Forgotten, and therefore we avoid these places.
I assume you'd be just as uninterested if we were to disturb their calm?
Of course. If you wish, set foot on the planet. But be warned. The Forgotten knew how to protect themselves against intruders.
Fly ship equipped with a Xeno research module. So that's why I saved that colony ship, which I'd use the colony module on, but not the research module. So we're going to send that to this special planet. And we're going to build lots more colony ships to colonize all the planets we see on the way.
Imminent.
There we go, look at that. 2 new systems have opened up. So I'll have to go take a peek at that Lombarda 2, while I'm pretty sure Lombarda 3 is the way to this special colony. So we'll send our research vessel there. We'll get some colony ships heading down there. We've had on standby. Get all these systems done too. So someone's here. Who's here? Zellshock! The Zellshock are here. Hope you don't mind if I steal another colony from you. Looks like a nice place. Ooh, a few planets in here, and another Arthrox colony. Oh, look at the colours on it, isn't that beautiful? Wow, that's stunning. Oh man, your planets all end up like that when you're playing as them. That's really cool. It's like lily pad-like cities as well, which is really cool.
Construction of a Zor installation is complete. Establishing data links.
A few more planets we can take. And one we can't. Because Arthrox colony, they haven't got any defences, but they own it. And I think Lombarda 5, in fact I know it is because I can see it in the objectives.
Zor construction complete.
Right.
Construction of
Let's
a
have a
Zor
look.
installation is complete. Establishing data
So
links.
there's a colony here. Ooh, that looks good for terraforming, doesn't it? That one not so much. Ooh, did you see that? Did you see that?
Encryption
Let's
solved.
go
Awaiting command.
there.
Position of planet confirmed. Changing position.
Explore the
Zor
ruins
construction
on planet
complete.
Lombarda 5-3.
Construction of a Zor installation is
Alright,
complete.
that's exactly
Establishing
what we're
data
going to do.
links. Protocol change imminent.
It's the only thing we can do. We can't even colonize this planet.
Registering channel. Standing by.